is always shining bright. People are smiling, making plans, hiding behind their shades, and you're doing the same. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always shining bright. But if the sky would open up, you're staying home, you don't get out. You always used to love the rain, but LA changed you. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold. No rain, no flowers, nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know I bet you're.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Fantastic. I've only been at this for 15 minutes talking to myself. Lols. Cuzgun47, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so what we've actually been getting at is breaking down the market and taking a look at it, trying to figure out why the markets are down, and I'm thinking it probably has something to do with China, actually. I think it has something to do with China and their announcement that they're going to start imposing certain laws in Hong Kong. It's making that whole area of the world very uncomfortable. Yikes. Central banks aren't providing dividends in Europe, the European Central Bank. Yowza. That's scary. That's crazy. Okay. What else we got? Quick takes. I love these, actually, these Bloomberg quick takes. Okay, Uber slashes 600 jobs in India. Let's check out top news here. Another chapter 11. Chinese city proposes permanent health tracking with a score based on drinking and exercise habits. Gamification of your life. Those who are fit get bonus points. Interesting. Okay, so SpaceX on Wednesday, so that means that space is probably one that we could be watching for sure this week. And I know I was looking at space last week. It descended pretty heavily. And I know they're not the same company, guys, but every time you get positive news on SpaceX, space tends to go. It's just the way it works, so... China's military is getting involved now in Hong Kong. That's 4:30 this morning. Yeah, it was a... Like, this is bad. This is bad. Ooh, that's a scary statement. Good morning, Herr. Guten Tag. I guess it's guten morning. Guten. Good morning. My German. What's up, Bobs? How you doing? Rights and freedoms. Oh, Bobs, thanks for the follow, man. Greatly appreciated. What are you looking at this morning, Bobs? Rights and freedoms are not absolute. Coming out of the head of... Do you watch Fortnite trick videos? I don't watch Fortnite at all. I do... these hours in the morning are the few hours I have in the morning to get ready for the stock market to open. So my hours are dedicated breaking down news, filings, reports, and then throughout the day I trade the market all day. So it's a long day of stocks, and more stocks on top of a business that I run. So I unfortunately cannot. And yeah, with links, guys, don't. I love spin shots, guys, but yeah, we don't. I don't put links in here just on the basis of. Yeah, I got to do something about that because I don't just do. Yeah. Okay. That's great, but so this is stocks and bonds. What we do here is stocks and bonds. So I need to go over here. I need to go to this. Let's just say, guys, that we're not gonna put links into chat. Okay, if you guys want to throw a link into chat, just let me know. That's cool. Let me know what it is, and then if that's all good, then no problem. But otherwise, let's not put links in chat. Okay, so guys, if you can't take a hit, you can't take a hint. I don't know what to do with that. Like, well, I do know what to do with that. I just blocked him. But like, if you can't take a hint, you can't take a hint. Okay. Let's get back to it here. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it's like 5 in the morning, and it's like I just don't have the energy to deal with it. I don't. It's a distraction, and it takes me out of what I'm trying to get done here. There's only a few hours till the market opens, and you want to be ready for sure, especially after a long weekend. The markets just move like an animal. They go so quick. This is not pre-social distancing. This is social distancing. This is happening right now. And this is. Yeah, I mean, normally I pick up. So that initial like 4:15 to 5 o'clock, it takes me a little bit to get rolling here. But once I'm rolling, we're off and running. I think that's the big quote from the article. I think that's the big quote. Come on, why is my mouse being like that today? Copy. Yowza. Okay, so we've got Elon doing his thing. Let's see what's popping up here. Space up 5.15%. Shocker. Shocker. It's like this space news, it's completely uninvolved, is going up on Tesla's news. Just like I said, we've seen in the past. She goes. She goes, she goes, she goes. Okay, yeah. This is where we see it go back up to the $20, $25 mark here. It's on that news. If that launch goes through. What else we got here? Bad news for oil. Oil just keeps doing what it's doing. never even heard of this series of Dark. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe they're from Asia and they're finishing up their day and they're super excited about their Fortnite video. And I'm sure it was fantastic, but like I have to stay on target. You guys will see it. I'll even pop into like I'll hit this LinkedIn tab or I'll hit something and I just get sucked into the abyss that is the web. If I don't stay focused on what I'm doing, things go bad. I end up on a serious sidetrack. Okay, so let's go past 24 hours, see if there's anything on Moleculin here. We have something in French, so let's see here. It's a brain cancer report that has Moleculin listed in it, I guess, is... Yowza. I gotta look at what these reports, like, I wanna write a report that's worth $4 grand. $4 grand a pop. It's not. So what Uber is trying to do is, so job cuts are always an interesting thing because people go, oh, they're cutting jobs, that's a bad thing. And yes, it's a bad thing because people are losing their jobs, but ever since Reaganomics, the idea of a company cutting jobs is cost saving. It means that they no longer have to carry the weight and that load of those dollars. So, now, is 600 jobs really enough, especially from India? No. But what it is showing you is that Uber is making cost-cutting efforts. So it can say to its holders, oh, well, guys, look, we're making every effort to cut where we're not seeing an advantage. So, yeah, it's not really enough to do anything other than pump those that are in play already with Uber. Vaccine optimism and reopening hopes overshadow U.S. Sino. Okay, so let's go back over here. This NVAX. They're down pre-market. I feel like somebody wrote this article last night and it just got dropped because this morning this is not true. Not true at all. What do you think about Grunethal terminating a contract with ACRX? Let's see. ACRX. Grunethal. Do you have a link on that? I would love to see. I would love to see something if there's recent news on that, but I'm not seeing any recent news. Tools, recent past tweak. Awesome. Okay, so 4 days ago. Source text. Form 8K document. Let's read through this. Ah! Closed it. History 8K. Okay. ACRX 8K termination material. Blah 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 blah. Yada yada yada. Is that it? That's the whole 8K. That's the shortest 8K I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so here are my thoughts on it. ACRX here, what happens is ACRX now has the rights to sell this drug themselves inside the EU. I don't know that that's a good thing or a bad thing. So here's the follow-up to it. So, on May 20th, so on May 18th, Grunenthal steps out. May 20th, ACRX agreed to provide a right of first negotiation for a license agreement to replace the Grunenthal license to a third party with which the company is currently negotiating a license agreement for Dzuvia. Yeah, so, here are my thoughts on ACRX and Grunenthal. Dzuvia is the big play for ACRX into Q4. This play around Dzuvio, Dzuvio and Dzuvia are two different drugs. But Dzuvio and Zalviso are secondary products for ACRX at this point. ACRX still has the Department of Defense contract coming alongside, and as soon as hospitals get testing it sublingual, it's going to be a huge deal. So, for me, I think it's a potentially good thing to the upside on the basis of they've got a new, better drug coming down the pipeline, and this allows them to renegotiate the terms of that with whoever they want. Which I like, so. No problem. Guys, as always, I haven't done my disclaimer yet. I should really learn how to create commands, and I'll probably do that today. But general disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. In no way should you be taking financial advice from me. Everything on the stream is purely conjecture, my opinion. Hopefully it helps, but the reality is you make your own trades. Do your own due diligence. Don't trust me. Go read the first sources. Go read the primary sources. Go read the stuff that's out there before you make a decision on your plays, okay? Let's go. Let's head over to Seeking Alpha here and see what is going on. I want to see this. I want to see. I want to see this. Renault and Nissan reportedly shelved plans to push towards the full merger envisioned by former leader Carlos Ghosn, going to fix their troubled alliance amid the coronavirus pandemic. Okay, so both are OTC, so do what you want with that. For ethical support for the auto industry, that doesn't mean much of anything. Everybody's starting production back up in Mexico. Latin America's largest airline is filing for bankruptcy protection. Today we have consumer confidence at 10. So let's head to FX Street and see what's expected on that. If you guys don't know or don't have a favorite way to check the economic calendar, I really like FX Street. It's quick, it's got a timeline, and actually gives you a little bell throughout the day to let you know what's going on. So 9 a.m. just before the market opens, we're going to get that consumer confidence report in, and then we'll find out what the bills do. Otherwise, not much in the way of news today. Excuse me. ECB's Lane speech. Chief economist of the ECB is speaking. That's probably worth watching. Oh, really? You can't look at the calendar? Oh, because you're in Germany. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They got some pretty tight laws on that. Good news for Sanofi. I think I keep that up. Let's add that to the dashboard. Ah, no. Yeah, I'm never a huge fan of that when that happens. So the Republican states apparently are the ones that are going to see the biggest growth as a result of reopening. So, I mean, that's just more incentive for them to do so, isn't it? Okay, this is of interest. Something to do with the stimulus fix. So small businesses want access to the PPP loans longer than 8 weeks, and second, businesses are also asking that they no longer have to dedicate at least 75% to payroll. Yeah, this I agree. Both of those changes definitely need to happen. The restriction to the funds coming from the government going directly to payroll is not in any way helping the businesses cover their rent, cover their expenses, cover their expenditures, cover their upkeep, which is really killing the businesses. So I understand what they were thinking with you make a payroll, they can't pocket it, they can't do whatever, and I think that there still needs to be oversight on where that will work. But if you're a small business, let's say with only 2 or 3 people in it, you're not getting much in the way of PPP assistance. So Yeah, everyone wants more than 8 weeks to spend the money. I mean, this is good news. This is good news for small business. Yeah, I saw that. Is that really a huge deal? Like, I don't know that we can trade Lufthansa here. Yeah, it would be a penny stock here. There's no movement either way on it. What is it doing over in Germany right now? I mean, I imagine that's good news that the government's going to bail them out. Yeah. That's not indicated at all in the OTC, but that's okay. Let's see, Space Spy, things are going green here. NVAX up 19%. Is that true? I'm getting different numbers. 7:59 p.m. as of Friday, so this has not updated. Options. So this is more current. So Novavax is moving. I wonder why this is doing that. This is really weird. Normally Poison is really good about this. Still seeing some green there. Yeah, a lot of volume, I'd imagine. That'd be, yeah, I mean, that would be akin to Canada coming in and saying they're going to save Air Canada. Yeah, it would be huge, knowing that the government's going to support that. Okay, so MGM, EVFM, that's the female contraceptive. NVAX, that's the Parkinson's disease. Space, that's the Tesla launch. Okay, so all of this is making sense so far. We already saw this stuff in our due diligence, so that's fine. Let's go back here. Okay, so this is good. This is good. What's this? MFA Financial. Nothing. Okay. Orphan designation. Yeah. Here it is. This is why Sanofi's pulling back on their equity, is they think they're going to be able to stand on their own. Okay. Accelerated growth sounds good. So this is a European only. I won't be able to trade it. So unfortunately it goes away. immunotherapies approved, so it would be the first in line, which is a big deal. Yeah, very interesting. All right, my throat is starting to go here, guys. So what I'm going to do is run a 60-second ad. I will be right back. I will see you then. Okay, let's go back. What do we got? Yeah, Stanley Hill has died. I don't know that that's a huge deal one way or the other for anybody. I don't think that affects the casino sector really. Financial Times, let's see what they're up to. Aston Martin is picked up Mercedes boss as their new chief. That's an interesting one. So our country's in debt as a result of this pandemic, so we're going to tax you. We're going to come up with a new tax to cover the cost of doing our job as your government. That's an interesting one. Let's tax the people to support the people. And these are the people that have no jobs right now. Okay. Like, sometimes I just don't understand the strategy. Like, who's sitting there in a room going, I know, let's just tax them. Yeah, exactly. Hashtag support the people. Oh, that's bad news. Maybe space isn't an upwards move today. With that rocket failure. That's not good. That goes over here for this morning. Okay, so they had some small measure of success, but the headlines are going to read failed launch, which is in reality the bulk of it. That's what they needed, was a successful launch. Okay, I don't think that there's any major earnings this week. Let's see what we've got on deck here. Earnings calendar. Oh, Merck today. That's big. Oh, no, it's not earnings. It's their general meeting. We're looking. I know there's like the quick cheats, Toshiba. There's the quick cheats out there. But I always like to actually go through this, because sometimes you'll have something pop up in here that you wouldn't otherwise see. Let's go large cap. Amazon, Facebook, Exxon, and Chevron all have general meetings. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go here. Let's go here. Hopefully that's a little bit better. You guys can hear me. And let's see if I can't turn down the tunage a little bit. And hopefully that balance will give you guys a clearer audio for sure. RBC. I'm not really a huge fan of that. Autodesk, that's a big one. Twitter annual meeting. Okay, Thursday we've got. Oh, this week I could just do the whole week. Okay, there we go. That's Dollar General. That's a good one. I like that. I really like that. Let's take a look at Dollar General and what they've been up to. Ouch. Yeah, I mean, we all have those plays. I know with Seal for me. I called Seal out Friday morning. I decided to take another play instead of getting into it, and then I did this on Friday. Let's go 1 month. Yeah, I did this on Friday. Decided to hop up 30 cents for me here. Still looking strong though. Seal is still looking like a really strong long play. entire country defaulted on its loans. Like, oh, yikes. So we're already seeing an increased number in cases in Ontario. As a growth stock techie, first of all, welcome, good morning. Second, let's take a look at Realty Income Corp. Realty Income Corp. Oh. I think that we're going to see an exodus from the major urban centers, which is going to result in new home construction in suburban and rural areas. We're going to see new homes being built. We're going to see new homes being bought. So if realty income is tied to that, this is kind of the one sector that hasn't really bounced back in a huge way here. So I think that realty, and again, this is just my opinion, okay? So this is not financial advice, but my opinion on this is that it looks like it's got room to go to about that 68, 70. Yeah, I would say 68, 70 over 12 months. So if you're willing to hold for 12 months, are you looking at an options play or are you looking at an equity play? Dollar General. Yeah, I mean, for a year, I think you'll see that gain. If that's enough for you to see it go from 56 to 70, then yeah, I think there's definitely something there. What's their dividend? 5.4%. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad for a growth stock. I've got different plays in that sector, but yeah, definitely, it doesn't look like a bad play per se. Dollar General is already trucking. Pretty even month to date though. 3 months, so rose up 178. 10 years, are we at an all-time high? We are. Okay, so Dollar General, they report their earnings today. We see them go to 185, 186. Okay. So, back over here. We got some earnings coming in, people missing. Got some local Ottawa news happening. Okay, so for your gambling plays, guys, you're looking at MGM. You're looking at Caesar. You're looking at LVS. And you're looking at Wynn. Of all of these guys, I like Wynn. I like the casinos that they've got in Macau. I like their Vegas presence. I like the Wynn Resorts best out of all of them. MGM could be a play, but I do like Wynn better. Now, price point is your issue. Caesar is your play at $11. As far as profitability, though, guys, these guys still have payroll. They've got staff. They've got overhead, right? They got maintenance fees. So if you're looking at the gambling industry, DraftKings may actually be a better place for you to be taking a look. There's great possibilities for growth on DraftKings, and unlike most IPOs, I mean, it didn't officially IPO, but as close as you would get. That's not a bad slope on something like this. I think we see it return back down to around those 25 levels, so I'd be watching DraftKings to return down somewhere like, let's see, high, low, high, low, high, low. Let's thread the needle. Let's go there. So somewhere around this 26.43 line, I think we see it come back down to there, and then I think we see it head up to... Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I think maybe the 35 area, but I think DraftKings is the play that I like the most in that gambling sector. I know Penn is another one that is pretty hot at the moment. Yeah, Penn has had some massive growth, so... yeah, for me, DraftKings would be the one that I look at, I think, in that sector. She's losing. She is losing inch by inch by inch on this. It went from a very strong unified front in Hong Kong of no, we don't want China's interference in our nation, as the government in Hong Kong has proven incapable of fixing the problems of COVID and stemming this anger and the outbreak in Hong Kong. We see instead. Now she's having to say, like, we got to pull back on this. So with DraftKings, they're the first one in the U.S. to get permissions on e-commerce gambling, which I think is going to be a major sector. Yowzer. This lady is in an earthquake, and that's as much as she loses her mind. Is just like, oh, there's an earthquake. All right, we're all good. Hey, not at all. Hope that helps, Techie. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? I know it's a Tuesday, but technically it's a Monday. Come on, show me some more press releases. Something here. RTX and save. Yeah, it's already up to $8. Holy cow. So this is the contraceptive. This is that liquid contraceptive we were reading about earlier, or the oil that they put in. That's huge. Huge, huge, huge. This is why FDA news is so big. Right. More musics. Must have. More musics. Ooh, HP. HP as their earnings. HP is one of those that keeps hurting me. It keeps cutting me deep, and I keep going back for more. I don't know that I should, but it's one that I consistently just keep watching and watching and waiting. Dollar Tree also has earnings. Okay, well, Sino is a bio stock, so let's take a look at Sino and what they're doing, because they've got earnings coming up. And I don't typically see earnings move things a lot, but so they had a huge spike here. They must have had whispers of doing something with... Oh no, it's a shipping company. What? Why did this say... I could have sworn this said... Sino Biopharmaceuticals. Sino Bio. Oh, okay, I see. I see. It's pink. It's a pink sheet. Okay. That's unfortunate. That's why you always gotta read the ticker. Make sure you read the ticker every time. That go real bad real quick. Find yourself buying the wrong stock. I know that happened with Zoom. England wants to reopen. People are loving the idea of everything opening back up. Okay, no, it's got to be more lively than that. This is just gonna put me to sleep here. Let's go albums. Let's go. Okay, that's better. Yeah, no, that I was falling asleep there. Okay, so we're coming up on 6 o'clock, guys. So if you have stocks that you want me to look at that you're considering this morning, feel free to do that. As press releases come in, I'm going to break down those. I'm going to start heading into social media here, seeing what pops up on that. But yeah, that'll be the name of the game for the next little bit. So if you have anything you want me to look at, let me know. Jimmy Fallon is over party. Okay. So this is what I mean. Like, I just get sucked into these tangents of like Jimmy Fallon canceled on news of he wore blackface on SNL. But I mean, okay. So what about this? What about people like Robert Downey Jr., right? Everybody likes Iron Man and Sherlock Holmes, right? He's a lot of fun, right? So what do we do with that? What do you do with that? Do we cancel him because he played an actor who was playing a black man and got into character by blackface? Like, it's just, I feel like there has to be some level of understanding as to why that happened. And I think that I didn't see the SNL episode. I don't understand what it is, but like, I think people are just looking for a reason to rage against the machine. They want something to be upset about. Where's my dollar key? This is Dave & Buster's and DRI would be two to look at, guys, if you're looking to short restaurants. DRI has a ton of holdings. It's showing a declining increase. I think we might see this drop again. Dave & Buster's, I think, is DB. No, that's Deutsche Bank. Dave and Buster's play. This has not bounced back at all. Yikes. Yikes. Scary stuff, scary stuff. Okay, so this is a COVID play, Algernon. Low float penny stock. I wonder. I wonder. Let's see. Okay, so Octapharma. No results. Okay. I'm already in a place similar to this with iPicks. I don't know that I would take an additional position in it, but I mean, it's interesting at the very least that they're in a phase 2, phase 3 human trial. That's definitely of note at the very least, and that Canada is already moving forward means that they are being looked at as a potential candidate. iPicks is up. This thing could just soar. What is ERI? Eldorado Resorts. Okay. Baba down at 206. I think this goes back up. I mean, this is a good move by Canada here. Their desire to help cover costs of rent, that is another big section that's not really being addressed by the U.S. right now. So, let's see, CYDY. Good morning. Come here. Hello. You want to trade with Daddy for a little bit? Huh? Want to trade some stocks? No. What's that? What's that? Okay. We've got that. Oh, that's what you think, huh? Just gonna push that button, huh? I don't think you're gonna be very helpful, my son. I don't think you're quite ready for that. Okay. Love you. Okay, what do we got next? We got... Okay, synthetic peptides are promising therapeutics for COVID. Novel peptide, global data, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Phase 2, phase 2, phase 2. So these are the only ones that matter. Cytocom. Relief therapeutics. Okay, relief therapeutics holding. Relief therapeutics holdings. Why is this saying that's a... What? Oh, it's being tested in the US. It doesn't necessarily mean it's from the US. Okay. Okay, I don't really see a play there. There's no big names that I recognize. So Burry increased his position in GameStop by 6,500. No, 65. 3,650,000 shares in GameStop. So I wonder if that good news is enough to give GameStop another little tick, little love today. What is happening to the market? Oh yeah, look at that. News drops of Burry's taking an additional position, and this thing goes back up to 430 today. That's fantastic news. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that at the gate. Markets. What is happening to the market? I mean, there's so much tension. So airlines. Let's see. UAL. UAL is up very little. Save is moving. So Spirit Airlines is up a little bit. We had a Chapter 11 in South America. Airline passengers are pushing for full refunds. Federal government is being urged to have airlines pay out full refunds. Obviously, if they do that, that will bankrupt them. UAL and Delta are tied up in U.S.-China tensions. Yeah, I'm not seeing any positive news as far as airlines goes. I could have sworn Save was up more than that though. Save. Yeah, Save is up 7.2. Yeah, so I mean, airline, as far as airline news, there's no news. People just seem to like this more. So if anything, it may be the negative news around United and Delta that's driving people further to Save. I'm not seeing any news here whatsoever to indicate why it would move, so... Yeah, United and Delta have some news of them being tied up in the China trade deal. Yeah, here we go. So, the U.S. is accusing Beijing of blocking American carriers from resuming flights to China, prompting U.S. authorities to more heavily scrutinize Chinese airlines. So they're going back and forth. UAL and Delta want to restart U.S.-China routes in early June, have submitted applications. There's been no response, but they want to go to China. I'm not showing any drop frames at all, so there's a delay, I think, on the stream. But yeah, is this good or bad? This is... This could potentially be good on the basis of resuming travel to China is just a further sign that things are improving, that we're getting back to normal. I'm never going to give financial advice on the stream. In my opinion, some of these airlines are pretty heavily loaded in debt. So UAL, DAL, AAL. Save is a little bit of a different animal with Spirit just because it's a small airline. If I were to play an airline, typically I buy the biopharmaceuticals, but if I were to play an airline, it'd be something smaller like Ryanair, Porter, Save. So I think that of the three, of United Airlines, Delta, or Save, Save looks like it's in good position. And technically, I think if you're saying you're up 8% pre-market, you're probably already in Spirit Airlines. So, Let's look at the 1 year. Yeah, so I mean, this thing was up around $40 a year ago, so this definitely has room to grow back up. I think this looks the best out of them. Where you get off the train on the way up, that's up to you, but it definitely looks like it has some serious potential. So, yeah. Yep, that's my thoughts on that. Airlines are going to start to resume. People are going to start flying again. Smaller airlines tend to do better, especially because domestic travel is going to come first. International travel will come second. So domestic travel is going to come first. Smaller airlines are better suited for that. As far as it's their bread and butter. The domestic flights are their bread and butter. The big boys fly these massive planes that are only really profitable when you're doing, if you're going to do like California to New York, that's a different argument. But as far as like small interstate flights, companies like Save stand to profit more than a big player. Not at all, man. Not at all. Okay, what else we got? 16 new press releases. Okay, nothing in that of value. Seeking Alpha, let's see what they've got. More earnings. Bank of Nova Scotia beats. Yeah, so remember, Mr. McJ, good morning, by the way. Remember that ACRX, the play, wasn't on the Tetraphase deal. If they lose the Tetraphase deal, they don't really lose it, because Tetraphase has a standing agreement that they've got to sell their drug, and vice versa, ACRX has to sell their drug. So the reality is that whoever is buying Tetraphase, that's a binding agreement. Really, if another company wants to come in and throw money at it, go nuts, because you'll be selling Dasuvia for ACRX. Also, ACRX on the deal not going to them, that's fine. They get $800,000 for doing nothing. So they're going to get almost $1 million in liquidity here for doing zero. Niente. So I am bullish on ACRX. Remember, I'm bullish on ACRX because of the news of Dasuvia with the DoD. So this is a Q4 play. This is not a day-to-day, like it's not a May, it's not an April, it's not a June. This is November, October maybe, but probably November, December. We're going to hear from the DoD what the size of that first order is going to be, just for the Army. That's not the Navy, that's not the Air Force. And then as well as the hospitals start to open up, we're going to see more and more hospitals actually getting their hands on this thing and using it. And if the early indications from the few surgeons who have used it are a sign of what direction this is heading in. I've spoken to 3 different professionals in the medical industry in the U.S., and their insights into it are something like this, because it's sublingual, because it's not an IV, because it's not an injection, because it can just be put under the tongue, is extremely appealing to have, at least to have on an anesthesiologist cart. It provides another option that is quite appealing to surgeons and medical professionals, which means that I think very quickly you're going to see an adoption in most hospitals picking up an initial order of Dasuvia, so it's on their carts, which is a massive spike, and then good sustainability. So I really, really am still bullish on ACRX. Price point? I don't know that I have an out set in my mind for ACRX. Okay. All. So at its highest, this stock was worth almost $13. I think that we see it go past that. I think the potential is there, if not just the Department of Defense, but the U.S. medical industry starts taking note. I think we see this thing go up here in a big way. Big way. All right, let's look at the bio calendar for today, see if we have anything coming up. No problem, man. PDUFA, let's check the bio calendar. What do we have? Okay, so these guys are going to get this on Dupixent. We're expecting that. MRSN, ovarian cancer, phase 1. That could be big. AstraZeneca, NXCC, Avio, Adel, CRDF. CRDF has an upcoming approval. I might want to take a look at them. Okay, CRDF, DMPI, IMMP. Okay, let's get rid of the... Yeah, let's get rid of the moving averages here, so this is a little cleaner to read. Okay. So, CRDF. This is IMMP. Oof. Look at that fall on IMMP. High of 211 and then bam. Blown out of the water. But IMMP has, I'm pretty sure they have something coming up this week. IMMP. Yeah, there. That's huge. Initial data. So this is the first time we're going to see this data. Understand, guys, for the most part, if you are invited to speak and show data at one of these events, it's because you have something to say. There's something that you need to say. And that... Keytruda's already proven in the industry, so this is how this works with this. I really, really like IMMP into this week. But the thing is, you've got to hold it, right? So their presentation is May 29th. That's Friday. So all week I'll be watching it like a hawk. What do we got here? Yeah, that's not particularly of interest to me. Lots of different presentations here on cancer drugs this week, guys. It really is Cancer Week in a big way. Yeah, there's DMPI. How's DMPI doing today? Alright guys, it's been another hour here. I am just gonna pop out, grab some water real quick, and be right back. Alright, MBRX is still halted, but let's take a look at... Okay, these guys can go, this can go. Alright, DMPI. Bid ask, look at that. $1.10 already. DMPI has just been a beast for me up into this week. I'm up already, yeah, 800 on it. Now marker looks like it's moving. Look at that gap. That's gross. 250 to 362 bid ask spread. Like $1.12 bid ask spread. Yikes. ACRX is up. Okay, so ACRX, if it gets to the $1.66, I'm at break even. So as long as it's heading in that direction, I mean, that's huge. It's already up. What the heck? Is that right? Wow, look at that. Look at that. Mr. McJ, if you're still around, ACRX currently has more volume pre-market than the SPY. Same thing with IPIX. IPIX, look at IPIX. 3 million volume pre-market? What the heck is going on there? Is today the day? Is today the day I've long been waiting for where IPIX gets the wink in the gun? Because that would be fantastic. I would love that. I don't see any news on Burleston, but... let's see if the Google search gives us something. News... tools recent past 24 hours, nothing past week. is taking steps to rapidly advance Burlacidin into human trials. That's what I mean. That's what I want to hear. I mean, that news came out May 19th, and it didn't really blow the stock up, but I mean, it's up 8%. Like, it's huge. Dice, what's up? Ah, I hoped bad news was bad because I wanted more of it. I love that. I love that thought process. I know with Waiter I have that too, where it's like, Waiter, stop this. Stop going back up, Waiter. I like this. Whatever you're doing here, cut that out. I want you to go back down to the $2 range so I can get a whole bunch of you before your next earnings. But that's a June play. That's a take position in June kind of deal. Once DMPI, marker, and IMMP are done, what they're gonna do here. That's crazy, though. 3 million volume on a tiny little guy like this. Its average volume for the entire day is 2 million. It's already at 3. We haven't opened. Something's going on here. There's something going on here. There's something happening there. NASDAQ halts. Halted since the start of May, and they're still holding the halt on this. Now, there used to be 3 here. So CNSP, MBRX, CNSP, MPRX, MBRX. No, this is MBRX. This is the halt on iPix. Yeah, iPix is the one that has the 3 million volume already today, pre-market. Okay, so let's see. What WPD resumes trading. Okay. Announces limited shares. The United States Securities Exchange requiring the company has responded to the concerns of the SEC by filing information specific responses to specific concerns. The company has been informed that the trading suspension will not be renewed. The matters which were of concern in the SEC were listed in the order and disclosed in the company's news release dated May 5th. Okay, so if WPD is resumed trading, then I'm trying to understand. So WPD is the one that was working with this drug, right? They were the one that is developing it. They're the ones that showed the potential uptick for it. Report came out of university saying that this had a 100%, the ability to 100% remove COVID. I don't know, guys. All I know is we are currently at what? 6:30 in the morning, okay? Here, I'll pull up my trading desk so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, here we are. It's 6:30 in the morning. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably too small, huh? Okay, so let's go. That's probably not much better. Okay, just trust me on the numbers here, okay? So volume right here, this is what we're seeing. We've got average volume here, and we've got volume, all right? What we're seeing pre-market numbers here is the SPY is currently at 300,000 people trading the SPY, okay? It's got an average of 117 million in a day, all right? Down here, we've got average volume over 6 months for the day. On ACRX is 949,000. They're already up over 1 million pre-market. iPix, average volume is 2 million a day. It's up over 3 million already. There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. Later, man. Thanks for swinging through for Martini's chat. I appreciate it. And get some rest. Get some sleep. Is today the day? I would be thrilled. 154 to 160 on ACRX. Yeah, I've got 155 to 193, which I think is indicative that somebody's expecting price movement on it. ACRX just has so much potential. It really is just this huge beast. Yeah. Love it. Love it. Okay, so press releases should be coming fast and furious now. As far as I see, like if WPD was able to resume trading, then eventually I think we're going to see MBRX come back out. Because all they did was list the results from WPD. So, yeah. What kills me is like you got companies like SRNE who don't have any studies. All they have is a petri dish. They make this claim of, oh look, we've got a miracle drug, and they shoot up from $2 to $8. And where's the SEC on this one? Tell me there's not political motivation inside the SEC, because I tell you, the bullshit claim out of these guys off of a single petri dish that showed results is laughable. Absolutely laughable. Anybody in the medical industry that's looking at this, any journalist that's looking at it, is just looking at it and going, this is absolute bull. Absolute load of bull. And yet the SEC is busier taking down companies that actually have medical studies proving that their drug does what they say it does. It's a little bit crazy, guys. And this is where I think it gets interesting when you've got biopharmaceuticals that the FDA may be looking at and saying, yeah, this is fine. But the SEC and the FDA have two very different opinions of what can and cannot play, which leaves guys like MBRX kind of stuck in the lurch. I don't know that Works has actually resumed trading yet either. Anybody know if Works is trading yet? Works. No, Works is still halted. So the good thing about these halts is, yes, the stock is halted, but that doesn't prevent the company from continuing to do their work. They're still operating as a business, which means that they can best prove their case, I think, by just continuing to move ahead with the work that they're doing. And if they're able to get their respective drug actually into a phase 2 trial, phase 3 trial, I think it's going to eliminate whatever this halt is. All right. Okay, so Cytidine is a no play. Eltronon's a no play. SRN, he just drives me crazy. Wait, what type of spreads are y'all playing? I'm not playing a spread. I don't play options. I play long equity. And that's where Rita and I very much differ. So Rita plays options in a big way. I am strictly a long equity player. The returns I've seen on portfolio as a result of that have been quite beneficial. So I'm going to continue trading long equity. Now, we're not talking super long. I'm not talking 10 years out, 5 years out. I play on a 6 to 18 month scale, but yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I'm still on margin here. I need to clear my margin this week. Okay. Okay, Aurinia completes submission of new drug application to the U.S. for treatment of lupus. Aurinia AUPH. AUPH. Yeah, I was gonna look at that. That's what I want ACRX to do. Check out StockTwits again, see what they're up to. Okay, Boeing is up, Costco's up, REGN is down, that makes sense. People are moving out of Regeneron, Novax is up, that makes sense. EVFM, that 53%, that's on the contraceptive. Okay. Oh. Interesting. Ooh, MFA. MFA's up pre-market too, it looks like. Yep. Maybe iPix isn't actually up. Maybe iPix is just... Man, that's going to bug me. I'm wondering if maybe that's just the closing volume from Friday. People seem to have a hard time with that disconnect of like, why is the stock market doing well if the economy is doing so poorly? And it's like, well, I mean, it's not super difficult here, guys. You've got the stock market is always looking to the market of the future. Even if you're a day player, you're looking at what's coming out today, right? Not what's already happened, but not where we are right now, but what is going to happen. You're trying to make a play before play. Now, there's lots of people that play much longer out. We're talking weeks, months, years, decades. The stock market is constantly looking to the future. Economy is the reality of the moment, like right now. So there is going to be a disconnect in many ways with that, unless the reality of the moment is consistent with what we see happening in the future. Powell gave a really good explanation of the difficulties that they're having to face. These programs aren't holding back the economy, they're actually supporting it. We're going to need a lot more. Yeah, this endless QE seems to be more and more of a reality. With each passing day, we aren't going to see the end of it. Okay. I mean, that's going to be a big deal. People are going to wonder, like, okay, Germany's bailing out Lufthansa. Why aren't we as an EU? We're supposed to be united EU, right? All these countries bound together for the good of all. Why aren't we all helping each other? If people are starving in certain EU countries, is that not a primary responsibility? All right, guys, we got 20 minutes left. So if you guys are looking at anything, you want some ideas about what's going on, I'm more than happy to take the time to look at that. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep peeling through the news here, checking press releases as they drop. Acquired or acquisition. What is pumping futures? I think Koifin is not updating because I don't know that I've seen this move here. Friday, May 22nd is its last update. So yeah, this is not updating, unfortunately. I mean, so you've got U.S.-China tension on trade wars. You've got U.S.-Hong Kong tension. You've got the EU continues to decline. You've got Lufthansa getting a bailout. Sorry, that last one in English was Lufthansa getting a bailout. S&P is up 1.92%. Okay, so yeah, Koifin is not updating right now. SPY is up. Yeah, we broke the 300. Interesting. Let's take a look at USL. No real movement on USL. USO. Okay, let's look at XLE. XLE is not really moving, so the energy sector is not driving it. ES isn't. So I don't actually, any news source, guys, so you'll see me looking at a bunch of different news sources. And the reason for that is I don't trust a single news source. So Seeking Alpha is one that I look at just to see what the latest headlines are. This is kind of the junk food, though, as far as the news goes. So if I see something here, it just tells me to go look more into it. So, like, okay, great. So Arena has completed their whatever. Then I go in and look at, okay, Arena. So you see what I mean? Like, I always verify it with multiple sources. So if you see something on Seeking Alpha that is in your industry and is of interest to you, then go do a Google search and see what the news actually is. Because this right here doesn't mean anything. The reason why this is so big, though, this is true. If there are no FDA-approved treatments, that is a huge deal. So, well, apparently this is on the TSX. This is a Canadian company. AUP. AUP. Arena Pharma. It's already up pre-market. So yeah, but I use Seeking Alpha, Financial Times, Yahoo Finance, social media networks themselves, StockTwits. I use anything and everything to kind of give me a heads up, like, oh, look at this. And then from there, I dig deeper if something is of interest to me. New York Stock Exchange, 5 things you must know for Friday, or for Tuesday. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Stock futures rise sharply. Stocks closed lower last week as the financial markets won't these days. Even the slimmest of positive news on COVID triggers a bullish response. I guess it's on hopes of a COVID vaccine. Something to do with COVID. There's several drugs that are advancing forward with that. Costco, Salesforce, and Marvell report. So Costco is going to be a win. AutoZone will be a win. Ralph Lauren will be a loss. HPQ will be a loss. Dollar General will be a win. Dollar Tree will be a win. Salesforce will be a win. Dell will be a loss. GameStop has earnings this week? Question mark? Oh no. CGC this week. Yeah. There is no definitive news, but we did break over 300, which means it'll probably continue to rally on that, just because people have been waiting forever for it to do that. Yuck! Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't X. Big red X. Do not join Jim Cramer's investing club. Do your own due diligence. All right, GameStop. GameStop has earnings apparently. So let's go back over here. Let's do GME. Okay, Kramer's a dude like any other. All I'm saying is like do your own due diligence. That's all I'm saying. Earnings estimate. Why are they saying this week? It's estimating June. Oh, 326.20. That. Yeah, no. What? Huh? What the heck? Go home, article. You're drunk. Why is GameStop? I don't get it. Well, maybe GameStop earnings is this week, but because it's only an estimate that we see June 6th. So if GameStop is reporting early, I'm glad I took a position when I did on GameStop. I believe my position is already profitable. No, close to though. Close to. But if the news that is being reported around the gaming sector, the record growth in the gaming sector is true, I think that we are in for a wild ride with GameStop. Okay, so this is it. Novavax is beginning their human trials on coronavirus. This must be it. Like that's the news. And the trade floor is reopening. Okay. I mean, it's good to know I'm expecting earnings of some kind from GameStop. I think that'll be a good indicator. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the holdings from the Fed. No, but I can. Okay, guys, look at this. Here's the 2008 crisis, okay? This is the 2008 crisis. They went from $1 trillion in holdings to 2.5, okay? And then they had a bulk of buying through the Obama years. And then in just 1 year, up to 7 trillion. We have doubled. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, CDR WSE. Let's take a look at that. CDR. Cedar Shopping Centers. Is that what we're looking at here? Yeah, I think shopping centers are in trouble. I wouldn't go near this. CDR. CDR. Cedar. What's the deal here? Am I doing it wrong? WSE. Oh, there it is. CD Projekt. They've got CD Projekt is the gaming company that has Cyberpunk 2099 coming out. Yeah, so CD Projekt, I believe, is the company that has Cyber coming out. CD Projekt Red. Yeah, whatever. Okay, WSE. I don't know what this money means. I don't know if that's a lot of money or a little money. I think this is a tested company. They win with Witcher a lot. Cyberpunk is going to be huge. It's another major step forward in the industry. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay, JPOW. Can I invest directly in JPOW? Is that a stock? Can I take some money printer go burr? Because I'd love to do that. I would. Oh, man. Okay, so here we go. Press releases aplenty here as we head into the morning. Acquired acquisition, that's cleared. What do we get here? Nothing super phenomenal. If you guys were following along on Twitter yesterday, I was on a podcast interview yesterday for Small Business. Thursday night, 7 p.m. on Twitter. I will be going on a Twitter chat, breaking down meaningful interactions with digital marketing. So that's my actual business. Outside of my day trading, where I'm a digital marketing consultant. So if that's of any interest to you guys, feel free to swing through. You'll just look up the hashtag Lead Loudly on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, some real work stuff, real work stuff happening. This needs to go out. So this is more and more I'm hearing this with hotels, that people are expecting it not to perform. That people aren't just going to rush back to hotels. And I think that there's something to that. I think Airbnb actually has a much better chance of seeing an increase into an industry that's already suffering. Yeah, Dice, it sounds like it's one of those stocks where it's like Shopify, right? Like I always want to grab it, but it's always going up. I think that the reasoning behind that is, I mean, we're heading into Q4. We're heading into next-gen consoles. Cyberpunk is going to be on those. It's going to be a big player for sure heading into Christmas, I think. Every time I see Chinese numbers, I just can't believe them. You know, really, did you actually beat? With this one, I guess I could buy it because it's a. Yeah, it's an online education tool, so I guess I can buy that, but man. Looks like NNVC is another one I need to check. Best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. Second best time, today. Like you just got to pull the trigger sometimes on those ones that you see going and going and going and going. Of course, sometimes they go so fast and so hard that you can't get in even if you wanted to, which is what happened to Shopify. Okay, NNVC 757. I mean, this could go to 13. This is a possible double. This is a possible double. I'll add it to my dashboards. So Cancer's big today. Cancer's going to be big all week, guys. We're going to be doing a lot of Cancer lookups. I've got time. I've got 2 minutes here before I head out. So if there's anything else that you guys want me to look at, throw it out in chat now, because I am gonzo in 2 minutes. Oh, here we go. Upgraded to a strong buy. Celyad. Celyad. Search for Celyad. Belgium. This thing was up at 20 and it's down at 8. What to do, what to do, what to do. Sometimes it is just so difficult to come to a decision. This one is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. Yeah, they're seeing a potential growth here. Celyad, NCNA, and IDYA. Interesting. Interesting. I gotta do some more looking into Zach's ratings when it comes to biostocks. I don't know what their track record is on those, but definitely very interesting. That is going to be it for me today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing this, breaking down the market with you guys. If you hop into Stock Guys Call, you guys will hear me in there for sure. Otherwise, take it easy. I hope the markets are kind to you today, guys. And I am out of here.